Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am pretty good. I am in Bowles, Arkansas, on Highway US 71, in the parking lot of what looks to be an abandoned store or a restaurant. Bowles is in the Ochuda National Forest. It is quite beautiful. I got up at 7 this morning, cleaned up, bought fuel, and left the Flying J down there in Orange and headed this way. It's been a pretty good drive. It rained just about all the way up here until I got to, I don't know, maybe about 45 miles ago to when I got to DeQueen. Actually, more than that. About a half hour past DeQueen, I should say, it stopped raining, and the sun's come out, and it's still cloudy, but it's very pretty. And of course, this part of Arkansas with all the hills and the trees and the rivers and everything is just really beautiful. It looks like I'm parked right across the street from a trailhead that leads down to the river that runs through here, or a lake or something. It's just an awesome vista. I was going to go to Fort Smith, park the truck, drop the load, and get something else, but I received a message about an hour and a half ago saying they had convinced the receiver in Van Buren to go ahead and accept the load tomorrow morning, and they have overnight parking, so I'm going to go ahead and go straight there and park. I even looked on Google Maps and looked at their parking lot, and sure enough, they do have a lot in the back where trucks can park. I'm about an hour and a half away, about 80 miles. And so that will save me a little bit of trouble. I mean, I was kind of looking forward to going into Fort Smith and taking a shower. And I guess I could probably still stop there, but I don't feel like doing it. And I really don't need a shower since I took one this morning. Just going to be one of those kind of lazy driving days, listening to my audiobook and making my way up there. So I will chat with y'all later when I get there. Bye. Good evening, YouTube. How are you this evening? I am pretty good. It is about 6 o'clock Central Time, and I am in Van Buren, Arkansas. I can't even pronounce the name of the place. Burkert Steel. It's off of I-40, just west of the 540 junction, exit 3. I got here about 5:15 and tried to find where they allow people to park, and all I could see was stuff on the street. So I went ahead and pulled in and parked in the shipping area and walked in to the shipping office, and there was somebody there, and I asked him. He told me that he would check real quick to see if there was anybody that they were still here. I said, well, I told him I don't leave until the morning. He says, well, you're here. Let me see if they're still here. So he called back there, and there was a couple of guys still here, but they said they didn't have any space, or they would go ahead and unload me today. Oh, if I'd been here 2 hours ago, that had been a different story. Oh well. Because if that had been the case, I would have gone ahead and driven down to Fort Smith, which is like 10 miles away or so, and spent the night there. But hey, that's all right. They know I'm here. So he told me to find a place to park on the street. And I said, well, there's not really any place to park. He said, you got a gravel lot on the back side of the property where a bunch of empty trailers. Can I park back there? He said, yeah, knock yourself out. I said, okay. And he told me that in the morning what I need to do is take all the straps off except for the first and the last one, which is the 6 o'clock straps on the first and last coil. Take all the straps off and then pull in and then pull around to the back and be back there at 7, and they would unload me straight away. And that's cool. That's good for me. So I came out, pulled around to the back of their property. It's on top of a little hill here, a gravel lot overlooking their plant and the hills. It's got a nice little view once you see past the plant. And went outside and checked the load, made sure it was all still there, which it was. And then I went ahead and loosened up the straps so I could be able to get them off quickly in the morning. So what I'll do is I will get up at 6 o'clock, pop back there, pull them off, wrap them up. And by the time I get them all wrapped up and put away, it'll probably be close to 6:45, because it'll take a while to undo them because they're butterflies. So got to unhook from one side, throw them through, then walk around, throw them back through, and then walk around and throw them through again, and then roll them all up. That'll probably take about 30-45 minutes. And then I'll pull around this little, hit down this little driveway here, back into the entrance, and then pull around the back and get it undone, which is a good thing. I want to get it off of here and get out of here. And I'll be honest, if they send me anywhere other than Fort Smith, I will be surprised. But then again, I could load here. I have heard of guys picking up loads here, so I got no clue what's going to happen tomorrow. I do know what's going to happen this evening, though. It's supposed to be a nice night. The storms have moved out. It's supposed to be cool, not very muggy. And so I'm going to go back here in a minute and heat up some stew that I have in the microwave. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to crank up the PS4 and I'm going to play some No Man's Sky. I didn't play it all yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. I know I haven't played. I didn't play last night. That's not right. I did play Sunday night in Houston. But that's either way. I'm going to play a little bit and then go to bed about 10 o'clock as usual. Get up early. Get this off of here. And then once I'm empty, truck on down to Fort Smith. Because I highly doubt that they're going to send me anywhere else. I just don't see it. So, with that said, it was a nice day. Uneventful day of just pretty much driving, and which is generally most of what trucking is, just driving down the road. And eventually some of these videos will take on some of that character as I get some money to buy a couple of GoPro cameras. It is my intention to mount one on the dash, or actually up above, so I have an unobstructed view of the road, and another one I want to mount above the compressor for the or the fan anyway, for the APU system underneath the Omnitrac's unit mount. That way you'll get pictures of or video of loading and unloading the trailer, and add those to the videos, or actually just have videos of just that occasionally. But I got to get the money together first. I put it all together, the 2 cameras and the housings and the mounts. It's going to run me about $600 because I need 2 cameras, one for the front, one for the back, and I need a windshield mount for the inside, and then I need a weatherproof casing and a steel mount clamp bracket which connects to that thing for the outside. I think those videos will be cool. I know that Dale does a little bit of that, and of course a lot of the other truck drivers do it. I'm just poor. And I seem to be getting poorer. So the only other thing that happened today is I got a message on the Qualcomm from Jenny asking the guys that are coming into MIT this week, I don't know how many there are, probably 5 or 6, whether they were wanting to stay in hotels for next week. And I messaged her back saying I would rather just sleep in my truck. I know that's kind of weird. A lot of guys will take a hotel anytime, but I'm actually more comfortable in my truck. I'd rather sleep on the yard, because I can back this truck into a spot, plug it into shore power, and have all the power I want. And that way in the evenings I don't have to worry about going to a hotel and sitting around bored. I have to have everything right here in my truck. I'll have my television, I'll have my PlayStation, I'll have Wi-Fi because I'll be on the yard. Even though the yard's Wi-Fi is somewhat limited because you can't stream stuff on it anymore. Well, very limited stuff. And since I've been gone, they probably fixed a bunch of things I was taking advantage of. But at least I do know that the pass-through on my PlayStation will connect, so I can connect to the PlayStation network. And then, so that'll be a good thing. So I opted to sleep on the yard. A lot of guys I know end up checking into hotels because they're going to be changing trucks anyway. I'm not going to have that. I may end up staying in a hotel at least one night though, and I'll let the shop decide that because they're going to need to work on this truck. If they can get it done during the day, that's cool. If they don't get it done and I have to go to a hotel at night, that's fine. They can put me up overnight, and then I'll come back to the truck. Well, that's it. Nice day. It was a good day of trucking. So we will talk tomorrow. Until then, keep the shiny side up. 73s.